Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Today's Thursday, so I have a thrifty tip for you. Stay tuned. Okay, I got quite a bit done today, and it looks like from the forecast, I'm gonna get even more done this weekend. It looks great. So come with me. Let me show you some of the stuff I did, and let me show you my thrifty tip for Thursday. When it's morning chore time, this little guy gets bent out of shape when the dog comes out here and we all come out messing around. Just a minute ago, he was chasing that dog around. He loves to do that. Here are some of the chicks using their heat plate, and there's a whole bunch in there. Under there, there's probably, I don't know, 15, 18, something like that. So they just, notice how they just come in, they go out, come out and eat, and they run back in. The only bad thing about this is you can't always tell who's eating and drinking like you can with a brooder light. You can see the chicks better. So fortunately, I've not had problems with it, but I like to make sure that chicks are eating and drinking right off the bat, and it's a little harder to see. But I know if some of them are, that the rest of them will learn. And this garage, by the way, let me see, it's about 45 in here today. And these chicks do just fine. As long as the floor doesn't get too cold, I don't put them directly on the freezing cold floor, but they do fine in here with that, because just like with a broody hen, they're warm, they come out and play, and they go back under. Here is my group of light Brahmas, and there's a couple, my dark chicks. That's a little black sex link in there. And if you cross a solid colored rooster over a barred hen, you can actually sex the chicks that hatch. The males will have a little spot on their head because they carry the barring gene. If you can see that on his head. Did I mention how destructive he is? This has some garbage in it that I didn't get out right away last night, and I see he's already torn a hole in it. Okay, finally we're getting to the thrifty tip of the day. Use what you have. That is my thrifty tip for today. Use what you have. I know I've said this before, and everyone is different, every family is different, so this is just going to apply to me, but maybe it applies to you with your canned goods or maybe something else that you have. But every year this time, February, March, I like to go through everything that I have, get it upstairs, and use it, and figure out what I need to restock this coming year as I garden and we raise chickens. We're going to have turkeys here in a couple weeks. So I just spent some time going through my shelves. I have it condensed down to one. I'm well aware that my little puny supply of canned stuff here probably doesn't even qualify me as a gardener with a lot of you people with some of the pantries that you have. But this is what we use and what we need. And actually, we have more than we use. So that has been something I'm really working on here, is looking at what do I have too much of and what do I need to cut back on next year so that we can go through and use this stuff in 2 years and have like a 2-year turnover on it. I don't need enough relish to last 5 years. And really, if we're not going to eat pickles, what is the point of going through the time and effort and the electricity to can a bunch of pickles that just sit here and I get rid of or give away? Not that giving away is bad, but okay, so use what you have. I just went through the rest of my onions, and these are going to go upstairs. Another thing I like to do is by this time of year, I'm usually down to one freezer. I usually have 2 going, and it's still pretty full. So I'm going to get out everything that'll fit upstairs so that I know what I have left. And then hopefully here in a couple weeks, this freezer is going to be empty. I can clean it out, and then we are ready to restock for next year. Here are some of the last of my chickens from last year, in case you've ever wondered what the difference looks like between, these are probably cockerels, I would say, in varying stages of age. You can see him, he's pretty meaty, I would say. Here's one of my hens, a hen, and then this would be a Cornish cross that we raise. So you can see there's a lot more breast meat on those. They just pan out a little. They just tend to be bigger. How many of you raise those? I love raising our own meat from our flock with our hens and the cockerels, but you cannot beat filling up your freezer in a quick amount of time with Cornish cross, in my opinion. I got a great deal on ground chuck, and I bought a bunch of it and froze it in individual packages. So it's a great deal unless I never use it. You can save a lot of money and get some great deals during sales and whatever, stock up, and then throw it all away if you don't use it and it gets ruined in the freezer. So going through this freezer helps me remember that I have all this ground chuck I need to use before it gets freezer burnt. So, all right, well, I hope this was helpful to you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned because I also am going to throw in a really super easy, quick recipe idea from one of the things that I've been using off of my shelf. This is a jar of turkey meat, and I have some chicken too. And I did this actually about 1.5 years ago and didn't use it. It's just been sitting on my shelf, and I'm really trying to go through my canning items and get it down to what we're going to use. And a few weeks ago I used some of the canned chicken, and I could not believe how easy it is to use. And what I'm going to do with this turkey here today is just make a very quick turkey salad. Wednesday evenings are busy for us, and it'll be great to just make some sandwiches and be gone. So if you have never tried canning your meat, I'd suggest you try it. Works out really well. I'll see you Sunday for Sundays with Stacy. Have a great week.